I'm bilingual. I speak Polish and I speak English on the same level. Polish is my native language and English is my native language as well. We have so much to talk about when it comes to my bilingualism, so that's why I decided to create a brand new series here on my channel called BDE, which stands for Bilingual Diary Entries. I know what you were thinking about. I know it. You thought it was big. It is. It is, because this episode number 1 of this series is going to be about bilingual dating. I'm really excited to dive into this. This is going to be a very chill, laid back video series. I'm not going to edit it too much. I'm just going to sit down and talk about my experience as a bilingual person. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Laura and I'm bilingual. If you're not new to my channel, hi, I'm bilingual. If you didn't know that. I have so many videos on languages on my channel because I'm not only bilingual, I'm also a language mentor. I graduated with an MA in linguistics and language and literature. Also, I've been a language mentor since I was 14, so half my life, because I'm turning 28 this year. This is crazy. And I also have online courses, and this video, episode number 1 of BDE, is sponsored by American Accent Academy, my 8-week course that is designed to help you speak with a native like American accent in English. So if you're learning English and you want to take your speaking and pronunciation skills to the next level, American Accent Academy is for you. The link is in the description box if you want to check it out. When I was brainstorming ideas for this series, I couldn't stop. I've been bilingual since I was 3 years old. I already told my whole story when it comes to me learning English in my other videos, so I highly recommend that you check them out if you don't know my story. I made a video about my accent, I made a video about my whole English learning journey. I made so many videos, and this series is gonna be a true representation of what it's like to be a bilingual person, specifically when it comes to me. So if you are bilingual, let me know in the comments, because my experience is going to be my experience. And I have no idea if people are going to share the same experiences and the same thoughts and opinions when it comes to being bilingual and living as a bilingual person. So if you are bilingual, let me know in the comments, and also after this video, let me know what you think about being bilingual and dating, if you're curious and if you have some things to say because you have experienced this as a bilingual person. Also, we will be talking about the definition of bilingualism in later videos. And if you have any questions, or if you have just in general any ideas or suggestions for future videos, let me know in the comments down below. Whew, okay, dating. So I have to tell you what my dating history has been like, because it will give us a lot of context. Up until last September, so September of 2022, I have only been dating Polish people, and I only spoke Polish with them. Last September, I went on a date with a Scottish person, so we spoke English. So now I'll just tell you what it's like for me to have experienced dating. Actually, I have not experienced dating. I experienced only going on a first date because it was in Spain, and I just went on this one date with this person. But I have been spending time with people in different romantic dating kind of situationships, scenarios and circumstances. So I think I can tell you what it's like for me to be in those situations and circumstances. All my life, like I said, I only dated Polish people, and I only spoke Polish when I was going on dates or when I was in a relationship. I was in a relationship since I turned 17, and it ended when I turned 26. So it was almost 9 years with one person. In a relationship where we mostly spoke Polish, but because I am bilingual, I sometimes spoke English, but it was a different situation. This is also an idea, what it's like to be bilingual in a monolingual relationship. That's interesting. Future Laura, please note it down. I have another idea. So technically, my dating history before that was also in Polish, but I was a teenager. But after the relationship was over in June 2021, I've been dating. I went on a few dates with Polish people, and I went on one date with a Scottish person. And then there were also situations in which there was some flirting and getting to know somebody in English. So let me just tell you what it feels like for me. So because I'm a language mentor and I have conversation classes, I specialize in having conversations. But that's also something that doesn't help me at all, because as a language mentor, I'm used to having structured conversations and conversations which I lead. So in dating, I am not really used to speaking about myself. And then when I am speaking about myself, sometimes my brain does not cooperate when it comes to languages. So for instance, let's talk about the most recent dating situations, the one in September and the one that was not so long ago when it comes to getting to know somebody in one language. So in September, when I was in Malaga in Spain, I went on this one date and we went to eat some vegan food, and it was really fun and easy and laid back. And because of that, because I was just thinking, oh, it's a friendly, hanging out, we are just eating, we are not, it's not gonna be a typical date, we just wanted to hang out. I was not flirting. I was not really, doing anything that resembled being datey. I was basically, getting to know someone for the first time. And when I was talking in English, so my technically second language, I sometimes felt that I lacked my Polish expressions that I could use to express who I am when it comes to me being Polish. Fun expressions or slang or anything that I thought would be perfect to say in the moment. Sometimes there were situations when I wanted to say something like zajebiście in Polish, but I was, thinking, oh, it's in English, so it's going to be like, I don't know, amazing, oh, that's awesome or something. And I just felt that there were emotional triggers that would usually prompt a response in a specific language. So if I'm excited, I would probably say zajebiście first before I said amazing just in general. Oh my God, that's so fucking amazing. Or when I was talking about myself, sometimes I just wanted to say something in Polish, but it wasn't really that often during this one meeting. Sometimes I was just catching myself like, oh, I have to say it in English. Okay, that's fine. So in terms of me going on first dates in English, I think I'm doing a good job. But sometimes I feel like there is something that I would like to say in Polish, but that's not so intrusive. I feel that I'm really comfortable at making conversation, connecting with people in English. I mean, this is my entire career as well, so I'm feeling really, really good at this. However, when it comes to dating in Polish and getting to know someone, I recently have been in a situation when I was just really getting to know someone for a long time, like 2 months, and it was in Polish. And there were many situations, maybe because it was like multiple meetings, where I just felt like in some situations I could not express myself in Polish. Those situations were, for instance, talking about myself. So when it comes to this date with this Scottish guy, I was just talking about myself, describing who I was, etc. But when I was doing that in Polish with another guy, I sometimes lacked the words. Sometimes I just didn't know what to say, because I realized that in order to describe who I am, talk about myself, or just tell a story, sometimes different types of stories require different vocabulary. So for instance, when I was talking about the things that I've manifested, I was really lost for words when it comes to Polish, because I talk about manifestation and the law of attraction in English most of the time. So when there was a manifestation that was unfolding in front of me and I just wanted to share it with that person, I really struggled to describe what I was feeling, what was going on in my head, or how I was perceiving a situation in Polish, because my brain associates manifestation and talking about those things with English. And there were many other situations like this. For instance, talking about emotions and how I'm feeling. I saw that it's easier for me to say what I'm feeling in English than it is in Polish. And I know it's because Polish is closer to my heart, because it is my native language and I grew up with it. And all of the past dating situations, lovers, loves, boyfriends, friends, all of it in my entire life was always in Polish. So technically, I shouldn't be having any difficulty when it comes to talking about how I feel about a person, but I realized that it's easier for me to do it in English, because with English, there is a little bit more distance. When I speak English, I feel a little bit more safe, protected, or I don't know. Oh my God, I'm just sharing so much right now. Okay, but let's go there. Like, it's a diary entry. I'm going to be really raw and authentic and vulnerable here. So with English, there is this protective layer. Maybe, I mean, it's not like I don't feel things when I say things in English. I could say the exact same things in Polish and in English, and I would feel pretty much the same. But in the moment, you know, when there is this person next to you and you just want to say something, I felt that I just wanted to say it in English because it didn't make me feel that vulnerable, that sensitive, that, you know, my emotions and my heart were not as exposed. And also in other situations, like getting intimate with somebody, I realized that it was so much easier for me to speak English than Polish. So it's also a new thing for me, because I have lived my entire life either dating Polish people or being in a relationship with a Polish person. So I started thinking, like, why is it now that after this break, a year and a half where I was not in a relationship and I only started dating here and there very recently, why is it that I can express myself, but it's a bit more vulnerable and a bit more delicate when I speak Polish? And then I realized, wait a minute, it doesn't have anything to do with the language itself. For me, it has more to do with the person. And also, without sharing literally everything, recently I talked with a person who is really close to me, who is a speaker of English natively, and we talked about our feelings. And I noticed that I was feeling the same way that I was feeling when I was talking about my feelings with a Polish person in Polish. So I guess I realized that when it comes to dating, and there is alignment, so I speak English and the person speaks English as their native language, or I speak Polish and this person speaks Polish as their native language, I feel like because I know that this is their native language, when I speak that language with them, I open my emotional side a little bit more. So with that Scottish guy, I just don't think I had the chance to get really vulnerable and experience that side of me, like, while dating. But this other situation that I just told you about, like, it really ripped my heart out. I felt like my whole heart was on display when I was talking to that person that I just told you about. So I feel when it comes to my bilingualism and me being a bilingual person, it depends on the stage and the relationship that I have with this person. But when I'm really close to someone and it's a matter of just changing the language, so if I was talking to a guy or a girl that I'm really close to in Polish, and then I had a very similar relationship with another girl or another guy in English, and I was just sharing the same feelings. I don't know, I was falling in love with them, or I really liked them, or I just wanted to, I don't know, take this relationship to the next level. I feel like I would be as vulnerable and as emotional in both languages. I'm really good at talking about feelings in general, but this is what I noticed when it comes to dating and flirting. Oh my God, flirting is a whole different conversation. Maybe I'll leave it for a different episode, but flirting is so weird, man. Like, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm naturally a flirt. I'm a good sport when it comes to flirting. In Polish, for sure. In English, I don't know, I haven't really been flirting that much in English, and also I haven't really flirted with many English speakers. It's really interesting, it's really interesting. So when I started thinking about this series and the first episode and dating, there is just so much that goes into it. I feel like I'm gonna gain more experience, especially since I've been single for almost 2 years now, and I've really taken the time to, it's not this episode, it's not my transformation episode that I healed myself so much, but I've healed myself so much, and I'm now open to dating different people. So I'm gonna be collecting data and I'm gonna be sharing my results with you guys. But let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts on this video, on my experience, on the things that I noticed, and on the types of emotional depth that different levels of the languages that you know can take you to. Oh, that was a mouthful. And if you are bilingual, let me know what your experiences have been like when it comes to dating. I'm so curious. I really want to know. So let me know in the comments. And also follow me on Instagram if you want to be up to date with my daily life, not my dating life, but my daily life when it comes to being bilingual. And I have a few announcements coming soon. One of them is that my 2022 recap video is going to be posted a bit later this year, but I really want to make it because it was just a crazy year and I wasn't really making videos in 2022, and I know that. So I really wanted to talk about 2022 with you guys. And also there are more episodes coming when it comes to BDE, Bilingual Diary Entries. I hope you are excited. If you want to speak English with a beautiful American accent like your bilingual friend over here, check out my American Accent Academy course. I am super proud of this course. This is a transformation for your accent, for your pronunciation, and for your speaking skills. You can read all the testimonials, you can go to the course page, you can do everything. The link is down below. Thank you so much for checking out my courses. This helps me run my channel because this is literally my job. I have this channel, I have my courses, and I go to film school. So this is my life. I am so happy that this series is now live. I'm so happy. I still have to edit it, but I'm so happy that I'm making this video in my apartment here in Warsaw. Also, I should have done this at the very beginning, but look at this setup. My journals are all over. You know I love journaling. So when I was coming up with this name, BDE, that was like a no-brainer. Of course, like I am a person who journals daily. Diary entries. And you can take a look. I have so many bilingual diary entries in my journals. I think I could read some of them to you at some point, but not right now. Like, I think this is enough for one episode, for episode number 1. So yeah. I haven't filmed in so long, but it feels so good. I really don't want to be editing this video my whole life, so I'm gonna stop right now.